Hi Cancerian, welcome to your and the message you need to hear reading for July 26th through August 25th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out link, or the link to the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Patrizia1111. I think she used to be known as Cosmic Moonchild. Much love and support to her, and hopefully you get a chance to stop by, check her out, show her some love and support as well if you like what she has to say. Lastly, this is intended as a romantic love read, but it might resonate in other areas of your life, such as family, friends, job, work, career, or money. All right, Cancer, what is the message you need to hear? What's your takeaway from what your person wasn't telling you? They're not saying, but what do you need to hear? What do you need to know? Cancer. Cancer. All right. Okay. So both of you are in your separate corners. They're thinking about you. The moon, this is Pisces or Cancer. Death, this is Scorpio. Two of Pentacles, it doesn't have to be, but I mean, if we're talking about two Pentacles, if we're talking about people. Hermit, that's Virgo. Ace of Wands, also penis. Looks very phallic to me. Page of Wands. Three of Cups. All right. So do we have any? We do not. Wait a minute, do we? Oh. So we got 2 9s and 2 4s. Interesting. So I think someone's done enough soul searching to where they have kind of a full awareness of this, but it's still very heavily on their mind. I mean, it's not like they've got any more closer to the truth or resolution. This is someone that is still dealing with the fallout of an ending, still processing everything. And this is something that things were never really stable or secure. There was never any stability, or questions beget more questions instead of answers, and things were different on day to day, and it caused profound insecurity, or just like really sort of feeling like we can't go any further until we got this sorted out. And there could have been distrust, like it could be, I can't rely on you, I can't count on you, that sort of thing. Just things being unstable. What's this moon card about? Moon card about never secure, never. Yes, see, there's this. Look at me. See, no. What I mean is that this is things not being secure. This is not secure. This is feeling down and out, that lack, that poverty, that being afraid, wondering where the next, when the next shoe's going to drop, or what else is around the corner. Just feeling like you two can never hit your stride together. Essentially feeling like, got the phrase, well, we never had a chance, comes to mind. Too many unknowns leads to profound insecurity and anxiety in a relationship. I mean, this is wow. And then you start suspecting and dishonesty. I mean, you feel like someone's been deceitful or betrayed you. Or what's this death card about? What's this death card about? Okay, so I can see why it's still on their mind then, because we got the Empress and we've got death, and this is it's funny because along with this relationship that probably just never really found its footing, this is someone that felt very connected and really thought you two had a shot. So I could see why this is still very much on their mind, and they have an awareness, or at least they're trying to understand why, because they keep circling round and round about it, because they did feel that connection with you. They really did think that you two were going to make it, that everything was going to be okay, and then until it wasn't, apparently. And so they keep kind of trying to understand it, trying to get to the bottom of the uncertainty of why things were so unclear. Why didn't this work? What the heck happened? What's this Two of Pentacles about? What's this Two of Pentacles about? This person feels like they got the raw end of the deal. Like they weren't told the truth, that somebody kind of took from them or didn't use, or they feel used. They're wondering if there were other things going on. Like this is being suspicious of you. This right here, Cancerian, this is somebody that's very suspicious of how you handled things in the relationship, particularly the give and take, you know? Like, were you hiding something from me? I mean, and this could be, this could be dealing with money. This could be someone saying, hey, you didn't do right by us with money. The reason why we were always so on shaky ground and so insecure is because, you didn't have a job, or you just did some weird stuff with money. What's this Hermit about? If it's not that, it's the fact that the relationship was very one-sided and somebody was very closed off, or they felt like you were not connected to them emotionally. Like you didn't have that psychic connection. You didn't have that bond that they wanted. They thought there was a potential for it, but it turns out it wasn't that. It was more like, you know how when you're in the throes of lust with someone or whatever, and when there's all this mystery and kind of just, at some point, if that continues, that's anything but love. Like when that lecture time, right? But when that dies down, then love steps in, and it's supposed to get really kind of, as the passion dies down, the love and the connection is supposed to grow, because that's what solidifies your future, blah, 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 blah. But point being, I forgot where I was going with this now. This is about that never dying down, or this is about, instead of the love, the stability growing and you two thriving together, this was born. So there was some kind of left turn somewhere or something to where you two didn't really, and that's what's got them wanting to go round and round. Like, why didn't this work? What happened? Were they deceiving me? Were they keeping things from me? Were they kind of hiding something from me? Was this one-sided? Did I not get, was I not valued in this relationship? Because this is someone that wants you to make something up to them. This is someone that wants you to do the right thing because you were keeping things from them, or you were being kind of shady with things that was in their mind. What's this Hermit about? That analogy made my brain hurt. I'm not sure I explained it very well, but it's like the relationship never got to this point because they couldn't get past the distrust, or at least now. Maybe this is perspective shifting. Like, I thought we were really, I thought you and I were meant to be, but now I'm finding that, you kept a lot from me, and I'm trying to sort that out now. I'm spending my time thinking about why we never got off the ground, why we never had enough, and all, that you're responsible for, or something. Like, this is someone that's just really trying to figure out why the heck you two didn't work. And right now it looks like they're blaming you. What's this Hermit about? What's this Hermit about? Okay, so yeah, they're trying to figure out why things didn't work. And they've certainly come to their own conclusions, and they have some choice words. It could be Leo or Virgo, but it's almost like they'd rather stay silent. Like, that's kind of, I don't know, they still haven't figured it all out. So they feel like they were taken for granted, but then they also want to be sure, so the investigation continues, and round and round and round they go, because they're trying to figure out the disconnect, why this never happened, or why this died. Maybe it did happen and then it died, and this took its place. Why? That's what they're sitting here going round and round and round trying to figure out. We've got the Hermit and the Queen of Swords wanting to come to conclusions, but and it could also be that they're completely, this is not an emotional overlay. There's no emotion here. This is someone that feels like they were duped, or that they didn't get their due in the relationship. And this could be someone that is like, just about done with the investigation and is mad as hell, is going to take no prisoners, going to have some choice words at the very end. If it's not that, it's someone that's It's your person is just not emotional about this at all. They just want the facts. They just want to understand. They're after understanding. It's this Ace of Wands here. It's this Ace of Wands for Cancerian. Okay. This is Page of Wands. So we got Leo here. That's Knight of Wands. So we got Ace of Wands, Four of Swords, Page of Wands, and Knight of Wands. All right. So this feels like this person, their only attachment still to you or this situation is thinking about it and feeling like, you know, I really missed out on something. Like I got kind of duped, but not like, oh shoot, it didn't work out. More like, hey, I got snookered, you know, like I got kind of duped. They're really laying a lot at your feet here, Cancer. It's like they are blaming you, or this is not somebody that's still emotionally attached to the situation. I mean, we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Six of Pentacles. I think they're more just, it's just more bothersome that they really thought this had potential, and how could they be so wrong? How could they be such a bad judge of character or a bad judge of the situation? Because this is someone that has profound, for this reading, for the purpose of this, they suspect deception. I mean, this is shaping up to be profound like distrust and feeling like they were disillusioned and deceived, and really hanging up on that. Now, the argument could be made that deep down, they still feel this like you're their person, and that's why they're needing to make you the bad guy so that they can further distance themselves emotionally from you, right? Because they desperately want for this to go away, for this to not be on their mind anymore. They want a quiet mind. And we've got 2 4s here, and 2 4s is insomnia. So this is someone that just goes round and round and round and round and thinks about this all the time. It's very much on their mind, and they desperately want a new beginning and to give this a rest once and for all, to be done with this, to take a permanent vacation from this situation, but it's still very heavily on their mind. So, all right. What's this 3 of Cups about? For Cancerian, what's this 3 of Cups about? Good for you. Okay, so interesting, because this is somebody that I think they're, honestly, again, I think their only attachment to this is where they went wrong. This is a very introspective thing. You probably will never hear them mention how they feel to you, if you two are even going to talk. It doesn't look like you're talking, but if this is about a relationship that has ended, or if it hasn't ended, this is someone that has pulled back from you because they feel like they're not being regarded or valued in the relationship. They feel like they're getting cheated. Not cheated on, but cheated. Like they kind of got, because of initially how they felt, that they've been since taken for granted, and that's killed any feelings that they've had. And now they're trying to see where the disconnect started, where the deception started. You did me wrong. How could you do this to me? They're trying to blame. They're trying to find a reason. They're trying to find an answer because this didn't work. And how could they be such a bad judge of character? Like, they really pride themselves on picking decent partners, and, either they got their heart broke or something happened to where they just feel like, I was done wrong. I need to know why. And yet this is not someone that wants to reconnect, though. They just want a break. They want to find out. They want to resolve. They want to be, and they feel like they're almost done. You know what I mean? Like they've almost got the answers. They're starting to see things clearly now. This could be, all right, Cancer, don't get mad at me, but this is somebody, both of these are sages. Both of these are, this is an internal journey, though. This is like kind of wanting to take a survey of your soulscape, doing some soul searching, looking for answers, trying to figure out why. And this is someone that helps you do that. This is someone that's knowledgeable, could be an expert in their field, could be man or woman, but this is someone, particularly Libra, that can look at both sides of an issue and kind of guide you through resolving your feelings or helping you fill out that paperwork, something. This could be a tarot card reader that you find on YouTube. This could be your mom, your best friend, your dad, anybody that helps you logically get through a situation or navigate something that's very troublesome that you're having a hard time with. So this could be, there needs to be a, I don't want to say a focus shift, but this could be, this might be what you're doing or even what they're doing in searching for answers. Maybe they're going to a counselor. Maybe they're talking to someone about it and they don't want to talk to you about it. They're just talking to someone else. So they don't want to work this out with you. They just want answers for their own efficacy so they don't have to go through this again, because they're really taking this personally, this profound deceit or the fact that this didn't work out. This is somebody, so they, it's like, yeah, I wish you well, whatever, but they're very closed off about this. They just, and once they get their answers and they want to, they plan on starting over, starting new, want to take a break from this once and for all, don't ever want to repeat this again, because somewhere along the way, let's be honest, they got their heart broken. They're still very stuck on this. So once upon a time, there was this profound attachment, and I think it's been a real trying time for them to have to separate themselves and divorce themselves emotionally. And to do that, they have to blame. And they have to feel like, well, I was cheated, I was a bad judge of character, how could that happen? But it won't happen again. And this is, the thing with this right here and this right here. Okay, so we got the Hermit and the Queen of Swords, and then we got the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. This is about you becoming interested in other things, varying your circles, starting to go after what you want, starting to come alive again. And this could be that you too as well have done some soul searching about this. And maybe you're watching some tarot readers online. Maybe you're talking to someone about it also. Maybe you're going to a counselor. This is anybody that is going to help you get through it. Maybe you're doing the same thing that they're doing. You're both trying to understand, but it's time for you to move on, to not pay so much attention to this person or this situation anymore. The time has come where you need to disengage and disconnect. And it's about you moving on and getting back out there and starting to enjoy life and finding new interests and going after what you want. So no more time dealing with this person and this situation. It's almost like the advice is for both of you, because they're just as hung up on you as you are, because why would you be here if you weren't going to be, you know what I mean? So it's almost like you two feel exactly the same way about each other, and it's time for both of you to, I don't think you're talking, but I think you're both wanting answers about this, whatever happened between you. It's just that I'm doing the reading about them. So, but it does kind of feel like it's time for you to move on and to get back out there and start going after what you want and finding new interests and going places and doing the things and whatnot. So, because they don't plan on approaching you to work this out or even talk. This is a very private thing with them. Save for this reading, you wouldn't know they're still dealing with this unless you knew somebody that told you. You knew somebody that knew them told you. But I think at one time they were pretty broken up about this, and they've since tried to logicalize it and find answers that way, but once they do, they want to rest from it, and they are not attached emotionally anymore. They just feel like they got duped, honestly. Whether that's true or not, but they're really kind of, that's what they're wanting to settle on. That's what they're thinking has happened here. Okay. What else for Cancerian? It's funny though, because if they, if somebody feels like something's taken from them, you would think they'd be like, hey, you need to give this back to me, or hey, I don't appreciate that, or whatever. However you're going to resolve it. But you think that they would take steps to resolving it, of setting things to right if they were, if they were in deficit or somebody took something from them. But this is somebody that's just would rather take their lumps and not re-engage, but wants to gonna process the living dog business out of it to make sure that they don't ever put themselves in a situation like that again, where they are absolutely enthralled with someone until they're not. And then they feel like, well, they must have, they deceived me. How could this go from here to here? Maybe things just don't work out. But when you're in crisis, you go there. All right, what else for Cancerian? Wow. Toxic. Okay, so we've got this is any more, I don't think this was a toxic attachment. Honestly, this person might be having some trouble with it, and if this turns into an obsession or something, okay. But it could be that both of you are kind of beating a dead horse, and it's time to let this go and move on. And I say both of you because you're showing up to watch this reading, and here they are doing the same thing, albeit I'm not reading to them, I'm reading to you, but it shows them doing the same thing. So it's kind of this toxic attachment at this point to what once was that is certainly not now. And the way it looks now, this is not anybody that's looking for a reconciliation. We got the Hermit, we got Death. And then even if that wasn't there, this is someone that suspects profound deceit and disillusionment, and they're quite offended. They feel like they were taken for granted here. What else for Cancerian? Oh, that was a big one. Oh, good gracious. The Tower. Okay. So someone's trying to come up with some understanding and reasoning, and they're still probably feeling like it just happened, or they continue to recycle the emotions. They have some very strong opinions and feelings about this. This could be them being still quite angry and unsettled about what has happened. But it happened a while ago, but they're still holding on to it and rehashing it. I don't feel like this was recent, honestly. I feel like this person's had enough distance and time from it, but they're still very much thinking about it and apparently still very much affected by it. Very strong emotions. All right. So yeah, maybe it wasn't, the relationship wasn't toxic, but this attachment that they still have to figuring it out and kind of needing you to be wrong, that's a bit toxic. But it's not very healthy. Cancer, not Pisces, but else for Cancerian. Do we see Pisces? Oh yeah, Pisces and Cancer right there. Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus or Aries, Leo, Libra, Scorpio. What else for Cancerian? What else for Cancerian? Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay, so we got codependency and someone that's kind of all over the place with their emotions and their actions. And this is someone that is also, for all intents and purposes, unbalanced. This might be the workaholic, or this is someone that's kind of abandoning practical day-to-day life in sake of figuring something out, their emotions, kind of being obsessed with somebody, being unbalanced and having really erratic behavior because of that. So Cancerian, this person, we got toxic, we got Queen of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, and the Tower. Yeah, this is not about you returning to the fold. This is about you finding new interests and going after that. This person definitely needs something new, and they need a break from this, because this is like all consuming at this point. I mean, in light of everything coming out, yeah, it's best that you get out there and finally have some fun and get gone, because you don't need to go anywhere near this. They need to really get through this, and you need to go that way. Okay, so just please leave them to their own devices, and you need to, this is about you going on too, because you can't help with this. They need to handle this. And honestly, if you tried to help anyway, they wouldn't, because look, we got the Four of Cups here. This is someone that's kind of set in their ways. They're stuck on how they feel. They're not willing to see any other way right now. They might be almost done, but if right now it feels like it's just this, it keeps circling. Okay. I hope this was helpful, Cancer, and I hope to see you in the next reading. You keep on keeping on, okay? You just, yeah, okay? All right. Take care.